We're all friends. We're here to have fun, but our story can include graphic violence, drug use, sexual content, and other mature themes. We've talked at our table about safety, comfort, and consent, both as players and storytellers. We know what to expect. We're all excited to be here, and we want you to feel the same. So listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to our Halloween special. This Halloween we have a 7th Sea miniseries. 7th Sea is a tabletop role-playing game taking place in the fictional continent of Thea, where magic and mystery mirrors past ages of piracy and exploration. Ancient ruins, political plots, sword fighting, and skullduggery are only parts of an expansive world. Characters hail from diverse homelands that influence the way they fight, the magic they may wield, and the strategies they implement. We were deeply excited that our lovely Erika encountered the Pine Box Entertainment booth at last PAX Unplugged, and extraordinarily grateful to cross-promote with them. The cast of Path of Night adore the 7th Sea universe. We each have played characters and enjoyed worlds that made an impact in our imaginations. You are south of Thea, in the lands of gold and fire, in the nation of Khemet. Here the sun blazes hot. You might be sandy and travel-worn as you arrive at the docks, but you find respite near the river, even if you can spy pyramids in the far distance beyond the dunes. They stand tall above the red sands of the dry desert. So too can you spot mountains rich in quartzite, alabaster, and, yes, gold. Closer to the banks where you find yourself, the soil darkens. Your senses come alive with a rush and bubble of water. It's flood season. You're fortunate that your journey downstream will be made quickly, though the depths are, truly now, deep. The river beside you runs wide and mighty, a true lifeline to civilization. You should be ready to board. The boat before you is powered by both oars and sails. A pair of stern-mounted oars helps to guide the vessel through the water. You can smell the cedar wood of the ship, along with the river's brackish water. The boat has 3 decks. There is a small crew, including a few servers. The captain stands ready to greet you. There are about 15 cabins on board the riverboat, as well as 5 suites. Each cabin has 2 windows and, you presume, basic accommodations. 3 suites are situated in the prow and the stern of the upper deck. 1 is situated on the main deck, and the final one can be found on the sun deck. The suites all boast very large windows. Luxuries. Let me take this moment to emphasize to you all something that I hope you remain aware of just in case, the fact that there are lifeboats for this vessel, which is a rather modern luxury and not a common commodity. There's 2 of them. 1 is attached to each side of the boat. You believe that they could each fit about 10 people on board, and you are also well aware that there will likely be far more than 20 passengers on board. It's coming time to approach the dock with your luggage. Each of you knows that there's someone to meet here. A couple someones. This is where you've been sent to receive the details of your mission in full. So who's an early bird?
Herman will definitely be early.
All right, Herman, then we are starting with you. What do you look like?
Herman is a bigger man, but not huge or anything like that. Just slightly taller than average, a bit broad. He's an old soldier that has lost some of that soldier leanness with that over time and wears a pair of small spectacles. He's coming to the dock with a large trunk, essentially held by one hand over him, and a well-kept doctor's bag. He is probably arriving with Vocessa, as we have tendency to travel together. Looking for whoever we're supposed to meet, though he does know that he is probably a bit early, and they may not be here yet.
As you're approaching the dock, it does seem to be the 2 of you just for now. Erika?
Vocessa arrives with Herman. She is a Vodace woman of average build. She has bright, big gray eyes that take in the world through multiple layers. She carries a small bag, like she doesn't need much. She has dark, russet brown hair in loose curls that falls to her waist. She's dressed in mostly black. She doesn't care to wear shoes, perhaps in the heat, perhaps ever. It's unclear. She seems to be anchored to the world in some places, but for the most part, deeply distrusting of it. She walks with Herman, a source of trust in the world. As she walks, there is a distinct clank as the leather manacles on her wrists and the metal chains that connect them to her waist continue to play a little song wherever she walks. She's no one's captive, but they make her feel safe. She looks to Herman as if waiting for him to tell her what the next step is.
To be clear, we're morning-ish?
No, this is about
Okay.
twilight.
Twilight, okay, so.
It's not quite dinner time, but that should be coming up soon. You two both described coming from 2 nations, and these nations have very individual characteristics in the way that you might dress and the way that you might carry yourself. Would you mind describing a little bit about where you're from and how it impacts you?
Herman is in Eisen, a country that has, for a very long time, had a lot of wars part of its history. A lot of the country is still very much affected by that war. Also, there is a number of dark and dangerous forests and swamps that contain monsters that are like the other half of an Eisen identity. Herman is an old soldier. He dresses very plainly, very cleanly, and he tends to take a very ordered approach to the world. Indicative of Eisen, but not every Eisen is that way.
Vocessa is from Vodace, and Vodace is sort of a lesson in paradoxes. Very committed to the church, family, very committed to the nobility. But sorcery only runs through the women of Vodace. And the men have extraordinarily good fortune because the women of Vodace control fate, but not so much that they control their own. The women of Vodace are very often subjugated by their husbands, sometimes mistreated, as evidenced by Vocessa's badly burned and scarred hands. And the fact that she dresses all in black indicates that she is, in fact, one of the Sorte Strega, one of the Fate Witches of Vodace. And for her to not be in Vodace is uncommon. They are not generally permitted to leave.
As the 2 of you are standing there, you can see someone that you might recognize by however you were contacted to be here. Either you met him or it was described that he had an extensively styled and impressively oiled mustache. He is barrel-chested, tall, has the appearance of a jolly man, kind eyes, and a booming laugh that you can hear even before. He's not in speaking range. He's just loud. This would be Afzali Mwati. His skin and eyes are a deep, deep brown, and by him you see a woman. The woman's a lot quieter. You can't quite see what's going on with her yet, though. She seems to be hiding behind him in the crowd. Is there anyone else who would be approaching at this time? Right about on time.
Not unless you got my ass here. I'm hungover. That's up to you, man.
Hungover, it's you.
I know. I said what I said.
That's perfectly
Here's
fine.
a better question. Who arrives first, the pair of you or Errol?
That's what I'm asking.
If it's the case that on time is not the arrival time for the rest of the party, we can get this going, but...
Yuri and Jean-Paul will arrive together. Yuri is a towering man with high cheekbones, strong, handsome features such as piercing blue eyes, dark brown hair with gray streaks, and an unkempt beard. A smattering of scars mark his handsome face from a lifetime of hardship in Usura and at sea. He keeps his hair tied back and is dressed in a sailor's garb with a colorful sash made up of collected bright fabrics, boots, rolled-up sleeves with bared forearms, and sailor tattoos that depict an owl and a reindeer. His arm is around a much smaller man, though immensely handsome, and he is sort of guiding his companion on the long walk through a still relatively warm but cooling evening. Is that right?
Yes, the temperature should be going down very quickly.
Jean-Paul, you told me we would not be late,
Yes, I told you so that we would not be late.
and you are a man of your word, so we must be here. Come on, he pats you on the back. Thud, thud.
With the meaty thud, Jean-Paul, the much smaller man, sort of does a lurching half-step forward and almost loses his balance.
Oh, no. Okay. He rubs your back.
Has to stop for a second. Jean-Paul is whip-thin, has a very clear Montaigne features, like an aquiline nose, really sharp cheekbones, blonde hair pulled back into a ponytail. There's like one scar across his left cheek, like an old sword wound. He is wearing what probably at one time were extremely fine clothes. A blue surcoat with like all sorts of gold and silver embroidery on it, but it is so worn and beat to shit at this point that it almost looks like he robbed a nobleman and never washed the coat. With like old blood and booze stains that he couldn't quite manage to get out of like the white shirt underneath. His boots are well cared for, reasonably like very beaten in, just like tall leather boots. The only thing that's on him that seems to be taken care of, including himself, is a finely oiled sword belt with a ornate rapier and an amangosh crossed on his hips. And he looks up at his larger companion. Man of my word, I never should have told you that.
But you did, and I believe you.
Fine, we have promises that were made, let us get there. No?
Da.
And you two are both from different nations. What do these nations look like on you, and how do they impact you?
Literally everything about Montaigne looks like Jean-Paul. Just you could see him from across a crowd and be like, oh, that guy's from Montaigne. The center of culture and art in the world, according to the Montaigne.
No, they're right.
They're also, yeah, I mean, they're functionally right in 7C. You know, let's not talk about the corruption of the courts that sort of keep them on top. It is a place where even the peasantry approach existence with an eye towards perfection and art, something that Jean-Paul is very clearly failing at. But despite the obvious failure, just the way that he walks, the way that he holds himself, there's like an aura of arrogance around him, even when he's almost throwing up in a gutter, that clearly marks the man as Montaigne.
Yuri Novgorad is a man of Usura, and where Jean-Paul comes from, the razor-sharp, bright, and beautiful cultural capital of the world, Yuri comes from the almost opposite, rustic, and wild, and many blacksmiths, carpenters, etc., but very few in the way of sailors and men who travel the world. Yuri is actually a little unusual in that he has experience among sailors. Most Usurans don't do that at all and live off of a vast and harsh land.
So you two are approaching at a very similar time as the contact that you also should likely be able to recognize by this very notable mustache. But you two, from the angle that you're approaching, have a better view of the woman behind him. She tries to smile when she kind of realizes that you're approaching the same place. But it doesn't seem like it's a pleasant experience for her. She's beautiful, and she has a slight figure. Her skin tone is a dark brown, and her hair is coarse and full. But there is an awful half mask embedded into her mouth. It pierces the soft flesh in her cheeks, and it hooks in at the corners of her mouth, threading through her skin. It's clearly painful. Reddish metal, unlike any other substance that you can think of. When she speaks or opens her mouth, you can spot that it's threaded into her gums in the same way. And she fiddles with it occasionally, like she hasn't gotten used to it yet. But she still holds her head high. She doesn't seem ashamed of the situation that she's in, though she does seem self-conscious.
Seeing this, Yuri makes an effort to make himself and his companion more presentable. With his thumb and index fingers, he tucks at the edges of his mustache to kind of give it a little bit of a curl he can. And then he licks his palm and will do his best to fix Jean-Paul's hair. And say, you must look very...
Stop.
You're very naturally handsome, but a bit of effort could go.
I shaved this morning.
But it is afternoon. And he turns and he will bow respectfully to the lady and their contact. I am Yuri. This is my very good swordsman friend, very charming and handsome, heroic gentleman friend, Jean-Paul the Chevalier.
Now, how were you two contacted? Were you scouted? Would Afsali be able to recognize you?
I would say probably the previous night. What I said, is that correct, Rebecca, when we were contacted for this job? If we happen to be in the city?
Yes, and this is a last-minute contact, but a desperate reach for someone good.
So, almost certainly last night, Jean-Paul threw his weight around where he shouldn't. Probably actually in defense of someone who needed it. But when you wear a swordsman's pin and throw your weight around for free, you tend to attract certain attention. he almost certainly accepted the job without thinking of any of the details of how they would be paid or what the job really even was. If someone had mentioned, like, there's a woman who needs help, Jean-Paul would have immediately volunteered his services and then gotten blackout drunk. And so Yuri almost certainly is the only one with any details. Jean-Paul probably, in fact, Jean-Paul does not remember agreeing to this job. But here we are.
How about you two? Are you able to be recognized by sight?
Well, most likely, especially in this particular region, I imagine there are not many Eisen.
Sure. Were you also found earlier?
We'd probably been traveling around, so we'd been probably looking for different things. Like, we weren't on anything big, so we weren't far, and they needed some solidly decent people.
Yeah, I know in Vocessa's early life, she was part of a company, and that part of her life has sadly drifted. But fortunately, she has found Herman, and they take jobs where they can, and they tend to
Wander and explore.
Yeah, wander, explore.
Well, you all know that you are meeting with a member of the Explorer Society, and that is Afsali, who is about to speak up.
Coming down the street making a racket is a camel laden with a driver and some goods and a handsome-looking Avalonian man bouncing around on the back of the camel. It is running as fast as it can in a awkward lope that camel are capable of. And people are jumping out of the way. It's knocking over carts, making all kinds of racket. And as it gets up to the docks, Eroll kind of collects himself, straightens out his beautiful doublet that he's wearing, and hops down, smiles up at the driver, and says, "Right, mate, thank you, as promised." Slips off the beautiful doublet and throws it up to him. The driver then puts on the doublet, which doesn't quite fit him or look as dashing on him, but nods at the trade and starts to canter off. Errol Cocksure is perhaps one of the most talented, handsome, incredible adventurers in all of Thea. His deeds are legendary amongst the privateers of the Avalonian Navy. There are few swordsmen that can beat him in a fight. This is not him. This is his son, Errol Cocksure Jr. He's doing as best as he can. He inherited some good looks. He inherited some skill at a blade, was actually taught by his father's Castilian swordmaster friends to learn styles abroad from Avalon. But, you know, if he's got one thing, he's got gumption. And a winning smile, a strong jaw, and some beautiful locks that he pulls back in a ponytail to reveal his enchanting blue-eyed gaze. He just wishes people took him as seriously as his dad.
And it sounds like your nation's already showing through. Is there other ways that it's impacting how you dress, how you carry yourself, other things like that?
Absolutely. So he comes from the Glamour Isles. Specifically, he comes from the capital of Avalon, which is Carleon. Despite having a father who was pretty well known and famous, he still ended up kind of growing up as a latchkey kid on the streets of Carleon. The people there are deeply rooted to their history and the enchantments and the she and fey creatures that still live in the Glamour Isles. He acts with a little bit of superstition if you watch what he does. He's got a little bit of a roguishness to him. He's one of his teeth in back has to have a glint of gold. Not all Avalonians are like that, but from more of the caste he's from, that's definitely the way he carries himself.
Seeing that the number of people is what he expected, Afsali looks to the group and immediately...
Well, a question for you.
Yes.
Did Asali hire Errol Cocksure, or did he hire Errol Cocksure Jr.?
I have to make that your choice. I mean, I'll do it if you really want to, but like first offer to you.
I would like to think that he hired Errol Cocksure Jr., but the Jr. got slipped into the negotiations and the document, so he might think he's getting Errol Cocksure, but in reality, he hired Errol Cocksure Jr.
Are you someone that he should be able to physically recognize as yourself?
I think that his bravado speaks of a famous Avalonian explorer.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably would recognize me, but be like, I would have expected you to be older, Mr. Cocksure.
Taller.
Yeah.
Now, this contact, like I said, is this booming voice with a deepness that I personally cannot replicate, and he speaks with the smoothness that you associate with this region. He says, "Hello, friends! Ah, you are the friends, right? Yes, 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 yes. Ah, from the bar. Have you healed up?"
It was nothing. Jean-Paul sort of pats himself down like, did I get fucking cut yesterday and I just don't remember? And like finds like a slice on his shirt and kind of tucks it back away behind his coat so you can't see.
Now, I really have to thank you for all showing up so last minute. This is a matter of utmost importance, and we need outsiders to handle it.
We're glad to help.
Do you know each other?
That one. And she points at Herman.
I'm aware of the big one. And Jean-Paul actually looks at Eroll like, do I know you?
I don't think so, mate.
You're certain. Have you ever been to Charus?
Oh, I've been to Charus.
Jean-Paul like continues to look at you like, I swear I've crossed swords with that dude, but can't.
They seem to be capable fellows, so I'd be happy to know them.
It seems that you'll have quite the opportunity. The boat that you'll be heading into, it's already docked right over there, that one. I know that this is a delicate matter, so please. And he guides you not quite like into an alley, but like a place where his voice is naturally loud, and he's trying to get a low cover for it. Just that natural migration towards maybe more crowds of people, like something to give a little bit of, making it a little harder for someone else to listen in.
Okay.
Being familiar with kind of dealing on the DL,
Mm-hmm.
Eroll kind of picks up on what he's doing and heads along to the alley with him.
All right. Now, the Explorer Society is still a little underground here, but we'll have to do what we can, and we're deeply grateful that we have your help. This woman next to me, this is Razra Katani, and she greets you all a little shy and definitely still in pain.
Miss Kitani, it is very good to meet you.
She speaks, and it might be a surprise that she can. And as she speaks, you can see that threading and how much it hurts her to be talking. Thank you for coming to help. I know this situation is not ideal, but I got into something I shouldn't have.
Clearly.
This is an item of some importance, Afzali says. So I would appreciate your discretion. I understand, look, well, there's no hiding that. But if this gets into the wrong hands, there could be deep, deep trouble. I don't know if any of you have ever had to deal with any aspect of the Syrneth.
Syrneth.
Yes.
No.
No, I have not had that, but I'm a man who is able to fix broken objects.
Unfortunately, it's working perfectly. This artifact, it's known as the Mask of Dominion.
I have had many brushes with Syrneth, writings and research.
Then you'll be quite an asset to this. Have you ever heard of this?
I don't know, have I?
Well, you can feel free if you would like to take a risk. Tim, I'm going to classify this as an important action for you to
Okay.
know more details about how this works.
I am also making this roll.
Perfectly fine by me.
Okay.
Essentially, when your hero takes a dangerous or important action like a risk, you are able to roll dice, but this is something quick. It's not the same as an action sequence or any of that. Cool. Risks have 3 important elements. These are approach, consequences, and opportunities. So the approach is, tell me how you're choosing to solve this problem. The problem currently being, you may be wanting to know more about what's being spoken about. Your approach is the skill and trait you roll for a risk. That would be wit scholarship for this risk. If you want to not be overheard as you're going into detail here, I'll need you to pay 1 raise. And if you want to get the details quite right, I'm going to need an additional raise out of you. Now, the raise system, the functionality of how to roll here is your combination of trait and skill. You add your trait rank plus your skill rank for your risk roll, and that's how many dice you get. And you can add in dice from other sources, such as advantages. Do you have any bonuses? Either one of you.
No.
So the 2 of you will each be getting 1 additional bonus die for this being the first time that you're using scholarship. And I will say that this is an opportunity for you both to earn an additional bonus die through the flare mechanic. I am bribable here. What I want from you when it comes to the flare mechanic is doing things cool and describing them cool. I already think that you guys are doing that, but I want you to up the ante and just describe how you're racking your minds or looking off into space or however this is going. And if you do that for me, I'll give you another dice.
Vocessa starts looking over the links of her chains, each one carved with seemingly insignificant scratches. But each one seems to have a memory to her, like she's associated each one of them with a different adventure that she's been on. She finds one of them and holds it to her forehead, just like she's using it to focus on a particular time when she had an experience with a Syrneth artifact.
While they're talking, and as
Razra?
starts talking, Herman takes his glasses off, takes a handkerchief from his pocket, and cleans the glasses while seeing if anything is knocked loose by the name of the Syrneth artifact.
Mm-hmm. I consider myself bribed. I believe that you guys are acting with flair. That is a literal mechanic in this system. This system is meant to be a very narrative system to encourage people to role play and be descriptive and cool.
And flair gives one additional die?
Yes.
Okay.
So as you're rolling, you are trying to mathematically acquire sets of 10. Now, of course, if you happen to roll a 10 on the die, then that means you have one set of 10. You can also make it in other ways, such as adding 7 and 3, so on and so forth. You can go over, and that can be considered a set of 10, but you cannot go under. So if you were to have dice such as a 3 and a 3, that's not going to help you make that raise. Now, there's more mechanics with this. If you have dice left over, you can let me buy them from you. Now, that has consequences.
I don't think I'm going to need it. I have 4 raises.
Sounds great.
As do I.
Wonderful. So you guys have way overshot this. Would you like to create any opportunities?
5 raises. Create opportunities?
Yes. So a mechanic in this game is that if you have raises to spare, you can make opportunities for each other or for yourself. This is an inventive part of the system. So you might look over and you might be like, you know what I think would really benefit that person? And that is a suggestion that you make to me, and you pitch to me how many raises you think that's worth.
I think this is a knowledge roll at this point, and I don't really have anywhere to go with it, so mostly just canceling all the consequences seems pretty good to me.
Alrighty. Erika, you want to get creative?
Is it just for other players? Or to impact the story later on?
This should be an immediate impact.
Ah.
It does not have to be strictly for other players. I do encourage it, but you can make yourself an opportunity for sure.
I would say that overall 2 people immediately having some information on what they're dealing with is going to make the crew more well-disposed to the party as a whole. I would like the NPCs to be well-disposed to us.
Sounds good. I would accept 2 raises for that.
Yeah, you can have my 2 extra raises.
And it sounds like neither one of you would like to sell me any extra dice.
No.
That's good, because I can use them for danger.
You can't have it.
This is an item that has really only been myth for a long time. You have heard of it. It's knocked around some of the more obscure sources. But you know that this item is usually in mythology turned to terrible purpose. Anyone who dons the mask may never remove it. It attaches itself directly to the teeth, to the mouth, to the tongue, and it becomes a part of you. It gives you some abilities, however. It gives you the ability to animate certain Syrneth statues and structures and bring them to life, allowing them to be controlled and giving the user complete dominion over them. In order to do so, that user must mimic the movements himself. There are stories about cities getting leveled because of the right person taking the right stomping steps. And Erika, you spent those 2 raises that you had left over. That'll come into play.
Yes, I've heard of this mask before. Very, very gruesome, it seems, but comes with some benefits. Plagued by misfortune.
Very much so.
I'm sorry you've inherited this.
Wait, I'm confused. I was being plagued with misfortune and benefit.
The mask is powerful, but those who don it seem to also run against fate's desire somewhat, maybe. Bad things happen to them.
Fate, okay.
Perhaps it is meant to teach lesson.
It's quite possible.
I feel like most Syrneth artifacts are like that. They always somehow bite back on the people who wield them.
How did you acquire this?
I found it. Bad people were digging. They were digging deep, and it seemed, I don't know how to say it, it seemed like something bad was going to happen. And as she's saying this, you can feel that your immediate expressions of sympathy, the way that you've responded to her, and the curiosity that you've taken, maybe even the knowledge that you already have about it, are making her inclined to share a little bit of trust with you. And so she draws something out of her pocket. I took this too. It's a little toy. It's made out of the same metal, that reddish-brown material. It's shaped like a little zebra. And it looks like nothing. It looks like a cute little guy. And as she's focusing her energy on it, as she's connecting with it, she looks down at the toy, and something seems to glimmer in the mask. It's a subtle effect. It's really just because you're looking at it, looking at her, having this conversation. She lifts her hand and holds it over her heart, and the zebra lifts its hoof, and in a human approximation, the hoof lands over its heart. You have never seen anything like this in Thea.
Well then, very interesting.
That matches the description of what the mask is rumored to be able to do.
The dig was ongoing when she found this, and they seem to still be searching for something. Likely, maybe there's rumors of an army buried somewhere in the sands.
Who was searching?
That we're not quite sure on.
But you knew they were bad men. Also,
From the way that they were treating people.
So what are we doing here? We are taking you and this artifact to where?
you have, some place of safety?
Yes, there's a transfer point that we've set up in Vodace. We're hoping to get there to another ship, and then get her to the city of the Five Sails.
Why you expect to find safety in that city?
No, this is no place of safety, but we want to keep this artifact moving, and we want to get its location mysterious.
I'm sorry, but I've heard of Vodace. That's full of bad men. I'm not sure we should be going there.
I would agree with that.
And you're saying we're going to go there and then to the City of Five Sails. What? I've never heard of the City of Five Sails. What's that?
It's a tumultuous place full of conflict, but also
Oh,
opportunity.
A perfect place to bring a young woman in distress.
We have someone waiting there from the Sophia's daughters, that they ought to be able to bring her to a better hiding place.
Forgive me, but you are using many words I am not familiar with. Who are the Sophia's daughters? Who is Sophia? Is Sophia meeting us?
The Sophia's daughters are a group of women who, well, usually women. In Vodace, there's struggles, and he looks to you as he says that, Vocessa.
Accurate.
There's this organization, covert, like our own, known as Sophia's Daughters, who hope for change in that way. Their focus isn't just on Vodace, it spreads far across there. They protect, they advise, and they particularly protect women.
It sounds that you have many large organizations involved in this. Who are these men that are pursuing you?
We have suspicion, but we have no confirmation.
What then are your suspicions?
There seems to be a link to one of the powers in the City of the Five Sails, but we don't believe it's actually him. Nor do we believe it's someone who is strictly working alongside him.
Yet, respectfully, we are attempting to avoid these men and are headed where one of their leaders are.
Yes, this is causing me concern as well.
I do not wish to... I know it can be annoying when someone is just telling you over and over again about the various aspects of your plan will not work.
Don't look at me when you say that.
I was not looking at you, but I am pleased that you recognize I am referring to you.
You do have a certain vibe about you, mate.
He's been through very much, I promise. He is a very good man. Very handsome, very friendly.
So are you two like... Anyhow, I'm sorry, back to the...
Yes. I do not wish to contribute to this, any negativity you are feeling towards this plan. I'm sure you worked very hard on it. But is our priority safety? And if so, are we going to places that are most beneficial to our priority?
In truth, this is a quick plan. We know that she's being pursued. We've already had to fight off multiple assassination attempts. The idea that whoever these pursuers are, that they've been dying before giving their names. It's to remove the artifact.
In what manner was she pursued? Jean-Paul actually seems to pay a little bit closer attention when it's mentioned that there have already been attempts on this woman's life. What was the manner of assault? Presumably they are not attempting to duel her in the streets.
There's been primarily two kinds of people that seem to have been bought towards that end. Some of them seem to be pirates. People specialize in kidnappings.
Corsairs.
Scum that have been scooped up, frankly, in a similar manner than you. Whoever is doing this is in just... Well, not like that.
Well,
Not like
Then like what?
Then like what?
This entire party just got insulted at once.
No, I understood what she's saying. She's saying that in a similar way to which they scooped up scum, they scooped up the cream of the crop. Because you, my friends, I am the cream of the crop. I always rise to the top. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Lots
that's
of
quite
things
much
rise
more
to
the
the
meaning.
top.
Doesn't scum rise to the top also?
It also does, yes.
Yeah.
But
I am
the cream
frustrated
rises
that
on
this
top
is
of the
so
scum.
convincing to me. And I suppose you must be right, but are they paying you to say this?
No.
Well, they should.
I cannot lie to you. This is not the best of plans. This is the quickest of plans. If she is to stay here, she will be killed, and this mask will be taken. We cannot hide her much longer. This is the quickest boat out.
If I may ask, are you allowed to tell us who this individual is and who we should be looking out for?
So we have suspicions, like I said. We don't think that it's actually this person, but there's been signs left that point to someone, I hesitate to say of Vodace, but...
Is Giovanni Villanova?
Oh, no. I cannot do this if it is Giovanni Villanova. My friend is going through a difficult time, and I do not wish to
That's why...
see him weighed down with such struggle.
Do not use me as an excuse not to step into the face
I'm
of the
not using you. I
Villanovas.
would not use you.
In Vodace,
Mm.
Vocessa will say, tell me, if you think it's of my homeland, tell me the name you suspect.
We believe that it's intertwined with the empire of crime, that it might be part of a power struggle there. Some of the feathers that seemed ruffled about all this were connected to Don Constanzo Scarpa. Again,
I don't know him.
we don't think that it's him.
Okay. Not a prince.
No.
One of the Vodace princes of darkness. I do not want to deal with that.
I heard Villanova throws great parties.
I did too.
This is someone advancing through the ranks
does?
of the city elite. Cutthroat, brutal. We don't think it's exactly him. We don't think it's exactly his sorceress either. Sesca del Rosso. There's some connection to the two of them. Someone who would have reason perhaps to be upset with them, to fight with them, to be on the same side.
Respectfully, why are they suspects?
Due to the people in employ. The others who were in employ, the assassins.
These are the I forget the Vodace name for it, but agents of these people.
The assassins that have come after Razra.
Is this a second group?
Yes.
And if I may, why are you of the opinion that they are not
Directly
suspects
responsible?
we should be concerned with? Yes.
Oui.
We have reason to believe that they're still in the city. Now, whether this means that this is someone who is an agent of the Dawn, or whether it's someone who is merely linked.
What do your instincts tell you?
My instincts tell me that this is someone who has a link. Someone who perhaps stole agents, assassins, or paid agents or assassins. There's not enough presence for this to be the Dawn.
Is there a reason we should not, for our own safety and the safety of our charge, presume that these people and their various agents should not be viewed as potential threats?
They should absolutely be viewed as potential
All
threats.
right, then it is simple.
I was
going
thinking
to
same.
say,
We just protect the woman.
for
Right.
our purposes, if she gets to the city of Five Sails and suddenly falls in the hands of a villain, then that is what happens. You need us to get you to Vodace.
To Vodace, indeed. If we can set up a better arrangement.
One step at a time, then.
And
Yes.
along the way, if we see any dark-eyed Vodace thugs looking at us, we punch them in the face first.
We have the great Eroll Cocksure with us.
Junior.
If there becomes a threat, we can simply, bam, punch them, right?
That's right.
So, you're a good hand, I
Apologies.
promise
You
you.
are Errol Cocksure?
He is.
Junior.
What? Junior,
That
Junior.
makes more sense to me.
Erroll
What's
Cocksure
that
is not
supposed to
junior.
mean? What? No, my father's Errol Cocksure. I'm Errol Cocksure Jr.
I mean, that makes sense. That's how heredity and
I
naming
see.
work, I'm
We
told.
should be very careful going into this.
I agree.
Well, no, wait a minute. Why
Absolutely
should we be so
agree.
careful about
Avoid
that?
fights if at all possible.
I'm very talented.
You are.
I'm capable of daring too.
Indeed you are.
So,
Speaking of which,
Herman's a doctor. Don't worry about it too much.
oh, good. We'll need your services, Herman.
I am unsurprised. So the whole plan is to just be faster, which is not bad.
You are an Eisen doctor, yes?
Yes.
Ha ha. They punch.
The whole plan is to just be faster indeed. You each have rooms paid for on the ship. If you would like to stay in the same room, you of course can, but there's individual rooms.
Speaking of, if I may,
Yes?
this is, you said, the earliest ship out of here.
Yes.
Your enemies know that you will be leaving as quickly as possible. This is also, just looking at the vessel, I was a sea captain, not a river captain, but this is the most cumbersome and over-luxurious boat I have ever seen in my life. So, it is almost certain to be attacked from the riverbanks.
It's
Is
quite
there
likely.
another ship and a safe house now, 12 hours from now, that would not be so obvious a target?
There's probably liquor on board.
And there's liquor in the streets as well. It does not answer my question.
You drink straight liquor?
This
Rob,
isn't about my habits.
you're a sea captain.
I am. Or I
And you
was.
were definitely talking over the aspects of this plan, and everyone has contributed. Well, you were. Seeing as you were, where you would very likely be able to make contact with the City of Five Sails, somewhere that very well could receive safe mail, somewhere that you think would be a better transition point, but you could still link up with the people that you need to link up with.
I would think, given this time of year we are approaching, and when we leave the river, instead of going west toward Porto Sapetia, we could go up the Numenor approach towards Stros Bay. There is a city in the Sarmatian Commonwealth, no? Sort of south of Davidson Isle. From there, you could go to, you could get yourself to Iskander and disappear into the Crescent Empire. You could get yourself west. You know, the Sarmatians are having their own little revolution of a sort.
I have an old flame in Sarmatia. Her and I go way back. We could stay with her. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Yes, I'm sure that...
That actually sounds
Anyways,
delightful.
I am saying that if we make it to River's End, because, again, I know nothing of these fucking riverboats, there is, I am certain places that we could find and board less ostentatious passage, no? Because you're not going to be taking, an oared boat into the Numenari approach. This is, what are we, Vestan?
Vestan Man of Yar.
And we're not? That's what I'm saying.
You say the whole thing.
Well,
Otherwise
perhaps you
you're
are
just
supposed to.
otherwise you're just saying West, not Men of the West.
Okay, well, they are Vestan. This is what they are called, no?
They are called Vestan Man of Yar.
They're
Say
not
the whole
the
thing.
Vendel, which is different.
He seems a Mr. Eroll Cocksure Jr.
Yes,
Words have meanings. Use them.
You are
I'm very aware that words have meaning.
a very good speaker, I've noticed.
Oh, thank you, mate.
Are you familiar with finding odd jobs and strange work in a city you have not been to before?
Oh, absolutely. I've pretty much landed on my feet wherever I take myself to.
If a group of shadowy figures were to be attempting to hire mercenaries to pursue a girl here in the city, would you know where to look and where to find out who is making offers, how much they are making the offers for, etc.?
I could probably bumble into it.
Would you be willing to do some bumbling before we leave?
Well, how soon are we planning to lean on this boat?
You'll have to be excessively quick. It takes off by sunset.
I think in that case we ought to just take the boat. Look, as far as I see, yeah, we could get on a nice sleeker vessel, get up that river nice fast, head across the ocean up to Five Sails, like Jean-Paul's saying. But
Not
if
all
we
what I
get
said.
if we get on the fastest
bit.
boat, that might be the one they're looking for. If we get on this ostentatious road boat, I mean, that might be the vessel they're looking for at all.
We have reason to believe that we are being tailed. It does not particularly matter which boat we get on, but this is the boat that we have a connection to the captain. This captain will look after our charge and ensure safety alongside you. This
Alright.
provides you an opportunity where you have a crew that will watch your back. Now, it's a river boat, and it'll come to the end of the passage by the end of the river. And then the transfers will be made. But if you have a connection that could safer transfer Razra to the Sophia's daughter's contact, I'm willing.
we get out into the seas and off of the rivers, there is a likelihood, as low as I am, to take it. But for now, I just want you to be aware that it is
It's not a montane boat, is it?
a very fine vessel,
Either way,
assuming it is still there.
we now know for certain that they are being tailed. There is no sense in gathering information if we already know what we were dreading. So let us just leave.
Which
You
was, the only point I was trying to make is there are obviously going to be assassins on this boat.
Likely.
And I suppose, and then I shall stop for the moment. The last question I have to ask you is, how do you know you can trust each of us? I only know one of the 5 of us. What if one of us was sent here to kill you?
This is a moment where either we do something or we don't. We know that if we stay here, and he tries to soften his voice, but he's looking at Razra and he can see the pain that she's in. We don't have a shot. We're too obvious here. Yes, we may be tracked onto the boat. We likely will be. But if I stay here and I switch off, I have a woman that has volunteered to cover her face and walk with me and sneak. Hopefully someone might fall for it. It's unlikely. We have to get this done quickly, or else the base of power that was digging that hole in the first place, I think that they'll be able to gather. I think that they'll be able to send more men, and I think there's already been quite a few.
I think the best plan forward is to get moving.
Well, let's solve Jean-Paul's problem. Herman, can I trust you?
I can trust me.
Can I trust you?
I hope so.
Excellent. My dear, what was your name again?
Vocessa.
Vocessa. Can I trust you?
I say you can.
It's 1 vote for yes.
Right. My name's Eroll. You all can trust me.
I thought
Big
so.
man.
Yes.
Can I trust you?
Of course, friend.
And Jean-Paul, you're Montaigne, so I can't trust you, but...
Well, I was going to say the same to you, Avalonian.
Look at that.
Um,
We're all in accordance.
but...
In place of trust, I'll take something else instead. Say Vestin Manyevar.
I can say the word Vestenmanyevar.
There we go! He pats Vocessa on the back and starts heading towards the
It
ship.
is a mouthful
looks
when
a
you are
little-
sailing with them.
She looks a little afraid when he goes to pat her, but relaxes when she realizes it's a friendly pat.
Good, what an excellent company we all are in.
I think so.
It was quick, but you were investigated.
I have no ties in this city, how?
Well, you'd be surprised at the contacts that we can have.
And yet you hire none of them. He's not even actually complaining at this point, he's just bitching out loud. And
Come.
he, like, starts walking, like, looking over the
Jumbo.
shoulder, like, alright, if there's gonna be assassins, let's do this.
You need a snack. Come, have snack, sit down, relax.
And my stomach could not take anything right now.
And Afzali will follow you guys to the boat.
I'm hoping Roswell will also follow us to the boat.
She will.
We all leave her
behind.
Bye, bitch!
She gets nice in the alley as we all leave.
No, she scoops up the little zebra. She tucks it back into her pocket. She actually chooses to shadow Yuri a little bit. She's still mostly sticking to Afzali as you guys are moving, but she is coming to the realization that she's going to have to be separated soon.
So she goes to the other large, loud person.
Yeah. So, you guys are boarding. You are all handed tickets. Now, Afzali does check in with you, Vocessa, of whether or not you would be willing to stay in the same room with Rasra.
If that would make her feel better.
She nods a lot, and the first nod, it's a deep nod, but then it kind of stings to move that aggressively.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
We should probably try to always at least keep one of us near her.
Thank you for keeping me safe.
Don't thank us yet. The journey has only just begun.
It seems like you're probably more capable than you think of keeping yourself safe.
I wanted to be part of the Explorer Society. I thought I was finding a new mystery.
Well, we're happy to help.
As you guys are boarding, you're greeted by the captain. She introduces herself as Karita Ochanda, and Karita has long, thick black hair that falls in spiraling, messy curls. Her eyes are this iced-out gray, bright, alive. They make her seem even paler. She's beautiful, but she doesn't quite seem right in the attire of a captain. There's hints of a less upstanding past. Too many piercings in her ears, the unmistakable jaunt in her step. She connects eyes with each of you as you board, giving you each a subtle nod. Your descriptions have been pointed out to her. She knows who you are, she knows why you're here, and she'll do what she can to help you. You catch her humming beneath her breath and checking on you, and you are seeing some of the other guests as they're getting on, or as they already have gotten on. You can see the crew wandering around, but this is a good time to get a sense of who else will be traveling with you.
Young lady, I do not recall your name. I'm sorry.
She looks upset as you ask, because her name has, you can tell by the way that she tries to reform her lips around her name, become quite an issue.
I give like a subtle don't give me your actual name when I ask you this.
It takes her a while. She looks at you with these big brown eyes, and then she catches on.
Big hairy brow looking down at her like, what is your name again?
Kira?
Very good. Kira, my friend, he has not eaten. He has not had coffee. He has not had any of the things that he needs in order to be at his best. If you would, please, come help me find some food and drink so that we can see to our friends.
I think they're about to serve dinner.
Why don't we get seats and make sure that there is enough? He kind of pats his stomach.
And she laughs, and that actually doesn't seem to hurt as much. It doesn't seem to connect to the words. And she's dips her head in a big nod, and she's happy to go with you. And as she does, she takes a scarf that she has settled around her shoulders, and she sweeps it, tries to sweep it over the mechanism. It does not work. It slides down. There's a reason that it wasn't down when she approached you. It does not want to stick. She even tries to hook it on one of the little pinpoints, and that only helps a little bit.
He bends down some and offers his arm, just big, meaty, hairy forearm for her to latch onto while they go walking.
Mm-hmm. She takes it. She feels small and delicate as she does, but it seems to stabilize her. It seems like getting a new anchor in this situation is helping her to keep that head up high like how she approached you. The shame of needing you, putting you on the situation feels a little easier.
I have not traveled this far my entire life. Tell me all of the things you have seen. I'm so curious. And he kind of just walks with her and basically asks her to just chat.
Mm-hmm. She does, and she tries her best. It's difficult, but you seem patient with the way that words escape her, and everything gets a little tangled.
And yeah, we'll wander off.
Mm-hmm.
While he is leading her off,
Mm-hmm.
Jean-Paul's intention is not to... He is already resigned. He comes from a culture that hires assassins all the time. He's resigned to the fact that there's going to be assassins, the group 2 good assassins and the group 1 idiot pirate assassins. And so while everybody is boarded, he's not going to search the place.
To be fair, Montaigne's got mid-tier assassins.
They're the Relachiari, bitch. What are you talking about?
Vodace's got the best assassins.
Vodace has the best assassins.
You're mid-tier.
Yes. The Relachiari are... Oh, they're still good.
You're mid-tier.
Everybody calm down. You're already dead.
Yeah. No, we got the Boucher, too. Fuck that. Montaigne has the best assassins. All right, we're going to move on.
Then you have nothing to worry about.
What I'm actually going to do, still under the guise of a hungover asshole, and by guise, I mean he's just going to lean into that and glare at people as they come on because he's a Montaigne dickhead. But the hope is that everyone will think I'm just a Montaigne dickhead, and I'm actually going to be sizing people up as they come up onto the boat or make themselves known on the boat to try and... I don't care about everybody who comes on or everybody who's on here, but specifically look for somebody who either I think is okay, you're an obvious kidnapper pirate who is pretending not to be on this riverboat, or, oh, hello, mister, I'm extremely casual walking on here, and is just going to be looking out for people who might be assassins or problematic kidnappers.
So just normal people.
That guy's way too casual getting on his boat. Beat him up.
Look at those shorts.
For real though. All right, that's awesome. For real though, you know what I mean though, right? Somebody who is
Yeah, people in flip-flops.
Yeah. Okay, great. I'm gonna look for somebody in Crocs.
Can you tell me what you're
crime.
using as a source of suspicion here?
So you're looking for my approach, or are you looking for role play? What am I looking for?
Role play what you're looking for at this moment.
I am looking for anyone. Let me put it this way: anyone who I think is taking too direct of notice of the big guy and the girl, specifically the girl. particularly people who are trying not to be seen looking in their direction.
Well, there's a couple complicating aspects to what you're doing. I think the first thing is that a lot of the people who would be on this boat would already be on this boat. You guys met up. A couple people were relatively late. A lot of the late boarders might be who you're looking at here.
It's why I specified, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it's why I specified not just the people who are coming onto the boat, but the people who are, like, on the boat. On deck, who are walking around, who, like, maybe were lingering on deck waiting for us late arrivals and now are going to their rooms suddenly as soon as we showed up, that kind of thing.
Well, there's a couple places that people are primarily at right now. A lot of people are going to their rooms to just drop luggage off or settle in or any of that. And others are going to go get dinner. Where would you like to set up? This is very much a boat that is constructed for travel. It's definitely a boat that the majority of the space is taken up by passenger rooms. Of course, there's other small amenities. And you can even see as people are gathering that there is an area that seems to be being put into use for dining. A riverboat is inherently a more expensive form of travel. There's sort of options for how opulent you are. The suites are very much the, like, we have money option.
Yeah.
The passenger rooms are very much we're still choosing to pay for a boat, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you, like, got money like that.
So if it looks like most of the people are heading to dinner right now, and it kind of looks like we're, like, the last passengers to board here?
Probably not the last. Actually, definitely not the last. There's a couple that are coming up behind you.
All right. Then I will just post up right here then.
You don't actually see anyone who is seeming to look specifically for you guys or for her. But you do see some characters. Two people who are in innish clothes. They seem like they're dressed for colder weather than around here. They are continually physically affectionate with each other to the point of, like, severe discomfort. If you are not okay with like people's tongues being intertwined, they are all up in each other's mouths.
Not to sound like a Montaigne elitist asshole, but
Then stop.
a couple of Innish people coming out of nowhere? No, I don't trust them. Immediately don't trust the Innish guy. It's not even the physical affection, which is also gross. It's just they're clearly the assassins. I
Classic
don't
fantasy
trust them
racism.
because they are Innish.
That's also a good way to have everyone not look at you.
Yeah. Yeah, Black Widow taught us that.
I mean, for sure, it is super suspicious, but also, no, Innish people.
Einish.
Yeah, I was going to say I
Einish,
thought it was
sorry.
Einish.
Let me say it this way. Fucking Innish.
I should have said Einish. That's on me.
No. I think it's fun to have a disagreement about how it's said.
This is our Camarilla
That's
versus
classic.
Camarilla.
They appear to be early 30s. They both have a light skin tone. The man has mousy brown waves in his hair, hazel eyes, not that you can see them very often. And the woman has limp brown hair and watery blue eyes. You are looking very sharply at them.
I'm looking very sharply at everyone, but yeah,
Yeah?
they clearly caught my attention.
So I'm going to assess right now whether or not we're heading into a risk or a dramatic sequence. Are other people taking actions at this time?
Yes. Errol's going to sidle up next to Jean-Paul and correct him that it's all Einish, mate. And then he's going to elbow him and be like, you like that, eh?
Thought he was going to sidle up next to the Einish couple and be like, you kids want to fuck?
You want to come into this alley?
You want to come into this alley and fuck?
I ruffle my snake scales on the side of my head, and I
Hot.
yeah.
During this sequence, I will be investigating our assigned rooms and assessing them for, one, if anyone is in them, and two, what kind of entrances and exits they have. I may do some light carpentry if I can find some tools on the boat.
Well, you can certainly find tools on the boat, but whether or not the crew is guarding them or whether or not they'd give them to you is a whole
I'll
other
get you in a-
question.
I'm sorry, did you say light carpentry?
Stealth digging.
Yeah. Well, mostly I was just thinking about nailing
makes
the
two
windows
characters.
closed in her particular room.
I'm going to give
That
you
way we
some
can't escape.
information.
Her room. We can escape fine.
That's also my room,
We'll be
you
ready for
dickhead.
anything but a
Or
fire.
you don't worry about it.
Okay.
But they can't get in that way.
Tim, I'm going to give you some information before if we go into this risk or dramatic sequence. It doesn't actually matter.
There's
I'm going
now
to give you
risk.
some information to work with.
Sure. Love it.
Tim is straight up home aloneing this boat.
So as you approach your room, it's plain, comfortable, small, white pressed linens, simple furniture. You notice that the windows, you are absolutely able to open them, and they do not have locks.
Narrows my eyes in suspicion.
Why would a boat window have a lock on it, Tim?
So they can be locked. Why do you put locks on things?
Bro, shit's tough and Eisen. I can tell. I can tell.
Look, we got monsters. Come on.
You should have cold iron bars on everything.
That's how monsters get in.
All right, will that be changing how you choose to approach this?
Yeah, being that I don't carry hammers and nails with me, unfortunately, though I have contemplated doing so, I am going to look around and start moving around the ship to see if I can find anything like that, and possibly convince the crew to allow me to use that briefly.
To vandalize their boat.
I'll fix it.
Erika, what you thinking about doing?
Oh, God. Nothing that really compares to what the rest of these fuckers are doing, but I think what Vocessa's going to do is she is going to give her bag to Herman, since he's going to go to her room anyway and scout it out.
Got it.
Vocessa will find her room, and then she will start walking around the ship and finding her way back to the room. And along the way, she is looking for places where she could be cut off. She's looking for the nearest exits. She is learning all the ways she could get away from the room or back to the room, and all the places she could be trapped along the way. Basically so that she knows which way to go in the event she and Rosra need to run.
I am not determining what you're doing at this time to be a risk, so feel free to roleplay, continue on as usual.
Okay.
Garrett, do you have actions apart from bothering your Montaigne friend?
No, that was actually my only action. Was I was going to stand on deck with him and kind of just like make commentary that might be helpful or might not be.
All right, then
So-
Rob can inform you if that becomes a risk at any time.
Assuming I need to have another raise to overcome my annoyance.
Quite likely, honestly.
That sounds like what it is.
So he's actively impeding you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, if you were more positive about it, it might actually be an assistance.
Oh, Tim, so he's causing a mechanical detriment.
Just want to be
Thanks,
clear,
Garrett.
everyone. That's what it is.
That's why I'm working on Windows.
That's right. Mechanical benefit.
Also, along the way, if she does see the Einish couple, she will start throwing rocks at them, because why do they deserve to be happy?
Where are you finding these
There are no
rocks?
rocks on this boat.
I brought some
To throw
at happy couples.
I think we
With
should
my
not.
fish skin.
Are you serious that is something you're seeking to do? I can't tell if you're joking. Okay.
She's joking.
It is desperately something I want to do, but no, it is not
Erica
something
wants
I'm
to
going
throw
to
rocks at your NPCs, but
Yeah.
Well, you
Erica
can
not
do
being
it.
viable, she's
Erica Stinky
Don't
Pockets
worry,
Webb.
Erika. If
Yep.
I fuck this
Erica
up well
Stinky
enough, I
Pocket.
might do it.
do. I got the stinky pockets.
I'll put it this way. It's a thing you could do.
she got them fishy pants.
We have the whole world of adventure and imagination, and
I
Erika
draw
wants to
the
throw
fucking
rocks
line
at
at-
happy couple.
Yeah.
At fish
We should-
pockets.
Draw a line.
Yeah,
I will
we-
say the funniest outcome is if this is one of Rebecca's secret assassin couples, and you beam them with a rock and they die before they get on the boat.
I just feel
Han
like
Solo the shit out of them right there.
I
But
just feel
like
like
without knowing that.
If I just straight up McClunky these guys.
I really feel like we shouldn't pick on the Einish too much individually.
No, so Vocessa will probably not throw a rock at the happy Einish couple, but she will look at them with an intense look on her face of just, this is not what she wants to be seeing right now.
You may stare as
Motherfuckerly.
deeply and aggressively as you seek to. They seem to ramp it up. Like, they're pushing the boundaries.
Okay, now I throw a rock. She will just find a small object, a small decorative object.
Sure.
Yeah, she'll throw a spoon at him.
All right, welcome to the dramatic sequence. So we are going to be doing a dramatic sequence, and I know that I just bothered you all for your approaches. So the way that a dramatic sequence works is when there's actions that will all take place together within a scene. They tend to work slower than an action sequence, so you have more time to make decisions. They're still important. They're still important like action sequence decisions are. But generally speaking, these are actions that are going to be building tension and causing consequence. Now, Erika, I might have to bend this a little bit for you because you are choosing more of an action sequence approach.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to currently roll with the dramatic sequence rules and hope that that works.
Doesn't get into a fist fight.
It'd be an intimidated action to say knock it off.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't handle my own grief, so I'm gonna whip a spoon at the happy couple. I need them to stop this furious makeout session in public.
Okay, I'm going to give you a choice between brawn and finesse. I will say that brawn is more likely to get you flair. I will not give you flair if you choose finesse.
It's gotta be brawn.
It's just gotta be brawn, man. There's no finesse with this. This is just a...
Not definitely throwing
No.
a spoon. You are
There's-
hucking a spoon
There
at
is
them.
no aiming involved with this. I
If-
need you to understand. This is just... I am grabbing a piece of nearby flatware, which thank God is a spoon, and I'm whipping it. Unless the consequence is I don't actually grab a spoon.
No, I feel fine with you being able to find a spoon. That's fine. But I'm going to roll that.
Look at Erika. I suggest the consequence be that they die.
At least one of them.
Your call. But if you're looking for ideas,
Feel free to suggest it as an opportunity, I guess. But
Straight up murder both of them with a
should
knife.
One of your opportunities should be that it bounces off one and hits the other.
I think I'm going to go with intimidate. Yeah, I think
So-
intimidates.
Intimidate brawn.
Intimidate
Yes.
brawn.
Classic.
Tim, if you could give me a simple summary.
Yes, I am going around the ship and getting a hammer and nails.
Okay.
Possibly just one nail, but
Are you seeking to be sneaky or personable?
personable.
Then I'm going to call that panache, and I'm going to call that panache and empathy.
Could it be convince?
Sure. Actually sounds better, to be fair. All right, Rob.
I know I started this off and had the conversation, but I think I'm going to employ another mechanic in this game because of what Erika and fucking Garrett are doing, and I'm just going to say I fail.
Yeah, so that is absolutely a thing that you can do in this system.
I just automatically don't win. Too
Oh.
distracted and annoyed.
So when a player chooses to fail in the system, they are able to describe the way in which they fail.
Like I said, I am going to linger here, and since they are apparently the ones that have caught my eye, I am going to attempt to get a good read on them to see if this whole public affection thing, which is even for the Einish, really, I don't know why I'm pretending to hate the Einish so much. It's actually the Avalonians who are assholes, so the Einish don't like them either. Whether this is an obvious front to be like, don't look at me, and we're not secret murder assassins, and I'm going to presumably use Wit's empathy to try and get a read on them,
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that.
but I am going to fail and suffer whatever consequence for failure happens, and yes, gain a hero point.
Yes. All right, so you are
Because you
good.
motherfuckers are so distracting.
Like Erika, you are good to roleplay throughout the scene. All right, please gather your dice if you are rolling them. You are again gathering dice from traits, skills, and elsewhere. Please let me know if you have bonus dice. You are each using skills that you have not used in this scene, so please take a dice each for that. And I do believe that you are well describing what you're doing, so you may take a dice for flair.
let's roll these dice.
Let's do it. Can you have more than 2 dice per set to build a 10?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You can have any amount of dice, and it's perfectly fine to have leftover dice if you don't want to sell them to me.
Selling to you increases the danger pool.
Yes, the danger pool, well, I don't believe I've explained that quite yet. The danger pool is a very similar mechanic to the hero points. Hero points are a system in which players can use them to do special things. Some of these special things are attacks, some of these special things are characteristics innate to their sheet, and I believe there's a couple other uses.
Danger dice let you, the danger pool and the dice in the danger pool let you complicate and fuck shit up for us.
Mm-hmm.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes, I can do all sorts of dastardly things with the danger dice.
But they have to start with a D.
Destroy.
I mean, with enough of them.
Yes, there
Decapitate.
is actually a mechanic of destruction in that way for danger dice, so please understand that when you do choose to give me more power, I will use it against you. Now, 7C is a game where it is a little difficult for you to die. You're heroes, and it's understood that you are impressive people. You can use your hero points to add 1 bonus d10 to your roll before a risk. You can spend multiple hero points if you want on this. You can also add 3 bonus d10s to another hero's roll. This is when you choose to help someone, the opposite of what Garrett's doing. If you are wanting to do that, you can only accept help from one other hero at a time. You can also, like I was saying, activate a special ability on your hero sheet, and you can absolutely spend multiple hero points on different special abilities on a single risk. And you can also spend a hero point to take an action while helpless. So if you've been beaten down enough, or if circumstances have pained you enough, you can still get one heroic last shout out, or drag yourself across the ground, or whatever you need to do if you have the hero points to do it. Now, the danger pool, I, like you, start off with 1 danger point per each hero, though. So since there's 5 of you, you know that I'm starting with 5 danger points. I can do things like increase the total needed for a raise by 5 for a risk or a round. I can add 2 dice to any villain's die pool. I can activate a brute squad special ability. I can activate a villain special ability, and I can murder you. So keep that in mind. I'm basically going to narrate the sequence. You are able to spend your raises to overcome your challenges, accomplish goals, take action to change your circumstances. So I'm going to tell you how much your actions cost effectively. I'm going to start with Rob, since you're failing, and I just want you to describe how you're failing, really. You can see that there is not really people after this couple that's intertwined. They seem to be the last of the last, and you can see that they are kissing their way across the boat and into their room and past everyone.
A bunch of thoughts that come to Jean-Paul's mind. Okay, if you're trying to not be noticed for being dangerous, this is such an obvious technique. If they're traveling this far and are getting on this boat not paid for by some sort of mysterious patron, it's expensive to do that, and yet they have walked unaccosted through, thief-filled streets. There's all sort, and he's about to start putting potential pieces together, rightly or wrongly, and look for details that will confirm his suspicions. And then Eroll shows up. Jean-Paul just looks over at him and is like, no, I don't... What? What are you talking about?
I mean, it's kind of perverted to just be staring at folks when they're having a good time.
It's not why I'm staring at people. You think that people just walk through the streets having a good time like this and not doing it in the privacy of their own homes?
I think they do, actually.
That's... No one has ever been that in love.
If I was on vacation with an absolutely gorgeous Irish bird like that, I would be making out with her everywhere, my man.
Jean-Paul has now officially fully stopped looking at these people and is now just in an argument with Eroll Cocksure. I was in love once, and no one has ever acted like this. This is insane. And
I'm moving on to Tim's part in the dramatic sequence. He is looking to find crew to convince to give him
a singular hammer and a singular nail.
Yeah. I will only require a single raise out of you to get this done.
Great, I have 2 extra.
Okay. Would you like to do anything extra with your raise?
More nails.
I will take more nails.
Understandable. You are supplied with a full kit. So you go over and...
Yes, good sir there. I have been tasked with the safety of an individual, and I find my room is lacking in safety procedures. So, I will need to rectify this myself. I will need to borrow a hammer and some nails from you promptly.
He leans in and he kind of looks on the ground, not on the ground, like a child's height, looking around corners. And he's like, sorry, did someone try to break in?
Not yet.
Are you're friends with the captain?
Yes, we are here on her behest.
And he still seems convinced that you're looking for someone, but no, he'll hand over the supplies to you.
Very good.
All right.
I will return them when I am finished. Apparently, they think I'm shorter than that.
They seem to think that you have a particular reason that you were checking after the security of your room. You can feel
correct.
You can feel free to investigate that further if you like.
Nope.
But Erika.
Hi.
These people are very into what they're doing, or they're just very determined. It's kind of hard to tell. I don't know that a spoon is super intimidating to them, and I think they're probably very used to people having a disagreement with what they're doing. I'm going to need 3 raises for this to actually get them to stop.
Well, I have 2.
Okay.
So, Vocessa will glare at them. Mm-hmm. Equal parts, not equal parts, but there is anger and grief, and honestly, probably a little bit of jealousy. and she isn't quite sure what to do with all that. And it doesn't seem to occur to her that she can just not be there. And so with one of her scarred hands, she reaches down, she grabs the nearest object, which is a spoon from the cutlery set on the nearest table that's been set for dinner, and she just whips it as hard as she can at the couple. And it probably hits some soft, fleshy part that probably just doesn't even register between all of the more intense groping that's happening.
They look over. The woman looks over, kind of lolling her head, almost like, it's not like specifically a seductive manner. It's more that sort of spite. And she licks her lips at you. She looks at you. And your view is blocked of the man as she does this. But then she turns back in and goes for another one.
So Vocessa has the virtue of being intuitive.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got the one hero point
Yeah, you
that
do.
I started with. I would like to spend that.
Okay.
And
Yeah, blow it now.
Yeah, do it.
I got a whole bunch of time to get it back.
You do.
Yeah, that was not sarcastic. I know it sounded
Yeah.
sarcastic because I'm playing Jean-Paul. I'm blow now.
Yeah. Oh, it's blowing away, buddy. And what this virtue allows me to do is I can ask the GM one yes or no question about an NPC. The GM must answer honestly and should be generous. For example, if there is a qualifier, he should tell you and explain more fully.
Yeah, sounds perfect. And this is a part of your arcana, which is definitional to who your character is.
Yes. And specifically, intuitive is part of the witch
Yeah.
set.
What question you got for me?
Because the woman was the one who looked over at me, I would like to know, is she just being spiteful, or is she actively trying to move my attention away or throw me off the scent of what she is there to do?
It's not much of a yes or no
That's
question.
not yes or no. Hang on, let me rephrase.
Is she evil?
Is she trying to throw me off the scent of what she is there to do?
She is 100% trying to throw you off the scent of what she's there to do. As you are intuitive, she is grateful from the break of having to kiss this man. She doesn't like this man. She is looking at you, and she does that whole move, and it's practiced, it's familiar, it's a little bit, it's a lot, right? But this is a bit. They've done this before, and you throwing this spoon gives her a moment to not have to kiss this guy.
Well, Kessa takes that for what it is.
She seems to be overconfident. She doesn't seem to think that this ruse would be seen through. She doesn't seem to think that anyone would have reason to suspect anything, which might indicate that she's not thinking of any imminent actions. Whatever she's here for, it's not about you.
Well, Kessa seems to ponder this for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
She looks around to see if she can see Herman.
Well, Herman, you are welcome to come back to the rooms at any point, so I imagine you'll come across the scene.
Actually, you know what? She's looking around to see if she can see anyone from the party.
Yeah, we have come to the end of the roll, so we are very much welcome to get back into role play. I'm going to consider that the end of the dramatic sequence, so you can encounter anyone that you like. The ship is being set up for dinner. You can smell rich scents, spices, so on and so forth.
There's sounds of hammering from your room, and the two of us are arguing on deck in sight.
It's very precise. It's quick.
Are we arguing? I don't think we're arguing.
We're clearly arguing.
As dinner is being served, you can see that there is long tables in that dedicated dining room being carried throughout the ship. There's simple ragu, casseroles, fresh fruit, fragrant sauces, a small selection of local greens, fruits.
Well, Kessa will go over to the two bickering boys, and kind of without ceremony, she will stare directly at Jean-Paul's duelist pin. And then she will kind of just flick her eyes up at him. And then she will look over at Eroll Cocksure Jr. and say, the Einish couple is a bit... It's not real. They're not here for whatever that is.
Yes,
See,
I know. I knew that the entire time.
Exactly.
He lies.
Of course they're not real. That's why I'm saying when she was licking her lips, she
Okay.
was looking at you, mate.
Alright.
You could get in there.
No.
Find love
That's
again.
No.
All right, both of you shut up and listen. You should go duel him.
For what?
It doesn't matter. Make it up. Say that, he's an honorless pig or something like
don't
that.
just duel people.
Not you.
Why not?
You go seduce the woman.
Oh,
What?
all right.
Is this? Where is this coming from? I had my suspicions. He continues to lie, but I can't just duel a man, particularly to the death.
It doesn't have to be to the death.
Then over what? First blood?
Sure. Whatever you
for
need
what?
to do.
For what purpose?
Because they're not.
And to show him the level, the extent of my skill. I believe you that they are not what they seem to be. But throughout the course of the evening, if you wish, I can.
Because our job is to keep her safe.
Of course. And you have identified at least 2 of the people that we need to be watching, no?
Mm-hmm.
I will do so. And if it is your recommendation, if you is this any sort of gestures at her veil, her black, her whole fate witchness? Is this a je comprends? Oui.
We.
This is, you see this through the fates or whatever, that they are not trustworthy.
The consequence of being what I am means that you are intuitive.
Fair enough. I will trust your intuition because
The
I have no
goal-
reason not to, and I have no care for the Irishman.
So what I will tell you is that the goal is not the man, the goal is the woman.
Erika, I will remind you that your intuition told you that whatever this woman was here for was not about you. You don't know whether that means not about your charge, but she has taken no particular notice of you.
Right, and you want, while he's dueling the bloke, you want me to make out with the bird?
Vodachi fates are strange and cruel.
Why, might I ask?
Perhaps we should just have dinner and see how this goes, no?
Well, I mean, that's why I grabbed some of the figs. You aren't eating?
I don't like figs.
Do not care for the taste
Don't
of
like
figs.
figs.
No,
Too
they're
sweet.
made from wasps.
What? No, that can't be true.
No, if you watch, that's
Well, I watch
That's-
what a fig does.
He takes a big bite of the fig, looks at it, shows it to you, says, I don't see any wasps.
they dissolve.
Inside this can't be true. I am trusting your intuitions towards the Anish even less now that you've talked about bug fruits.
You can
Tell
see
you
the-
what.
You can see the strands of them dying.
Here's
Be
what I
that
will
as
say.
it may,
Be-
these are still delicious.
Too sweet for me.
Surrounded by just absolute lunatics all around.
Here's
Perhaps
what I
we
will
can
say
wait.
to you.
Big man, do you like figs?
Tim.
Yep.
As your character goes to secure the window,
Yes.
which I believe you'll be able to do. You
I
have
hope
you
so.
have the tools. I'm not going to make you roll a risk
Dramatic
for
roll.
that. I think you know how to use a hammer. You are in the room at a period where others are not really.
Yep.
So you are relatively loud, unless you're really trying to be quiet about it.
I'm not being
Can you
super
stealth
loud.
hammer?
No, you can just not go full force, right? Like, you don't need a lot to utilize a hammer and a nail.
Cool. So it's just like a light tapping noise
Yeah.
that you're going at it with. Someone pokes their head around the corner. Is your door open or close?
I assume closed if he's going at it lightly.
Yeah.
Also,
Okay.
he's Eisen.
Is your door
There's
locked?
no open doors in Eisen.
His door is closed, locked, and hooked up to a
And-
crossbow.
Is your door locked?
No, it's probably not locked because it's not my room, so they might be coming back at any time.
Someone tests the handle.
Well, I will turn around and see who it is while continuing to hold my hammer.
It's this very shy little peak. You see the hair before you see the kid. Dark blonde hair, wild and curly. Scruffy, ragged. Looking, trying to figure out what the sound is.
Hello, child.
Hi.
Should you be entering in other people's rooms like this?
What are you doing?
That is what I just asked you.
She looks down, completely smited by that question. I thought that maybe you were the Eisen who are on board.
Do the Eisen normally make tapping noises at windows? I was not aware of that custom of theirs.
You're dressed like them.
I guess, yes, maybe, but I am not Irish. Are you Einish? Is that why you're looking for them? Searching for your parents?
Eisen.
Eisen?
Mhm.
I'm Eisen.
Yeah.
I thought you said Einish.
No. She's like getting more intimidated. And she's kind of shrinking back from the door.
Anyways, yes, I am Eisen. You were looking for an Eisen person.
Yeah, I wanted to ask some questions.
Are you doing some research on the Eisen?
No, okay. And she just starts to walk away.
You can ask your questions. I'm just trying to figure out how I should be answering them.
She peeks back in, definitely on edge. Did you bring the stuff that's in the hold?
You have to be more clear about that. What stuff?
The, tank thing.
Did I bring a tank? No. It's a bit cumbersome for most of my travels.
I'm just scared. It's making weird noises.
Are you investigating just weird noises on the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
She looks so guilty as she says that.
Any other Eisen-based questions you're looking for me to answer?
No.
So you only had one Eisen-based question.
Okay.
It's good to be precise.
Okay.
Let us go check out your tank and the strange noises it's making. Come now, child.
Oh.
I've just got the fucking vine in my hand. Like, what's worse than an assassin? A child.
She's probably got a knife.
As you get a better view of her, she looks like she, at some point, was dressed in clothing that is reminiscent of the Highland Marches, but that clothing has seen better days. And as you're moving through the hallways with her, she keeps peeking around corners, acting sketchy. You don't have to roll for this. She does not seem like she should be here.
Child, as a stowaway, you probably should not sneakily check out noises. That means people are there.
It doesn't seem like a person.
I was a person.
She does not understand your point.
Okay.
Touche, idiot.
All right.
Stupid.
No, I am Eisen.
You follow the mysterious child down into the dark, and it is dark. The crew that aren't serving dinner are setting candles aboard.
I would imagine they're lamps, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
for sure.
I was like, open candles on a boat seems like a big mistake.
Hurricane glass.
There's different forms of lighting. A lot of it is lamps. Sometimes if it seems like it's
Just got some bonfires on deck. It's fine.
Probably white oil.
candles are a
Burns real
fine
clean.
option if they're stout and thick.
Ugh.
All right, we're going back to your scene. So Herman's making his journey, and it sounds like Jean-Paul and Eroll Cocksure Jr. and Vocessa are going to meet Yuri.
Yuri is going to arrange for a sitting space that's kind of off to the side, not like in a dark corner or anything, but just sort of with a clear view of the water, so where they can just kind of like relax, and Jean-Paul can watch the entire crowd as they eat and have their meals. When he sits, he will hang out with Kira, and he is going to share stories with her and tell her about his sons and how prone to getting in trouble they were, and just kind of telling pointless stories, some of it completely over-exaggerated, but enough to kind of maybe distract and entertain. Once the tables are arranged, he's going to get food, and he will attempt to... Now, I do have a question. Because the region that we're in, are there things other than alcohol being, like, served? Because if possible, he's going to try to get, like, a coffee and whatnot for the people that are on guard.
You can absolutely find coffee here.
All right, he's going to do that. And by the time the other PCs are headed over for dinner, he's got, like, his animal tattoos visible, and he's, like, clenching his muscles to make the animals kind of, like, move and laughing at his own stupid jokes.
One of the early newcomers to dinner is someone who stands very tall. She is so icy in her appearance. She has white hair, and the eye that you can see is so light that it's on the border between pink and blue. And one eye is covered by her hair. She's muscled. Well, it's a section of her hair, like a bang piece, that's covering that bit of eye, and the rest of it's tied up out of the way. She looks severe. She looks practical. She looks like she's from Vestin Manavyar, and she seems like she's coming specifically to eat dinner. She's not looking around. She's not socializing. She is sitting down. But you're flexing?
Yeah. Look, the reindeer dances.
Awesome.
How have you positioned Razra in this room?
Like right next to him.
Yeah.
So like if she's positioned at the table, she's like in the middle of the table, back to the water, with like a view of everyone around, and I'm gonna plop right next to her, kind of hunched down, and with like waving my forearm around, I will twitch my arm and make stupid sounds.
This icy Vesenmenevyar woman is staring daggers in your direction. It is unclear whether she's staring daggers in your direction or your direction, as in you and Razra. Maybe her attention was first gotten by your muscles, by your tattoos, or maybe she's looking at Razra in the way that Razra covers her face, the way that scarf might slip, or the way that she'll put her hand in front of her mouth when she laughs.
But Kira, I have a question for you. I'm not so good at these one-eyed people. Are they looking at you or me? Impractical haircuts, very confusing for me. No depth perception.
She, peeks around you, using you as cover, and looks at the woman. They share some harsh eye contact, and
Are you
Razra...
going to fight this woman?
No, please don't.
She's much bigger than you. I don't think you should do it.
I don't really fight. I'm more of
But
an
if you
academic.
really want to, I'm here.
I don't think I can win.
It's not about winning.
What is it about?
It's about getting in that one good shot that makes them remember you for the rest of their lives.
I think I would remember her. I don't think I have a one good shot. I don't know how to fight.
Do you have nails?
She looks at her hand, and she does not have nails. Her hands look nice.
Got
It's
little-
manicured.
Little thumbs that get into the little crevices. You can get into an eye with that. I'm confident. In Usura, no one asks if you can fight. They only ask if you can kill.
Can you kill?
It's a good question. But we're not in Usura. So, what I must ask now is, would you like a coffee?
I know I'm gonna have to eat eventually, but it hurts. It's kind of embarrassing. And I don't know if people looking at me here are the same people who want to hurt me.
Don't worry about that. It isn't your job. Your job is to eat, to drink, to smile, to enjoy the journey. You said before, right, that you had imagined adventure.
It's why I was hanging around the dig site. I thought something special might happen.
Well, look around you. Something special is happening. And you're on an adventure. Worry about that. Now, for me, my tummy hurts already. So I'm going to offer this coffee to the one-eyed lady. You want the coffee over there? I see you. You see me?
You offer coffee to the one-eyed lady.
Yeah.
And she gives you this semi-incredulous look, like she thinks you're making fun of her.
I blink.
Who are you?
I'm Yuri. This is a coffee. We are leaving a place where it is very popular. If you have not had the opportunity, you should take it.
She comes over, and she takes the coffee, but she's kind of fronting as she's taking the coffee. She's got that walk where her shoulders are too much a part of it, and she's looking at you like she's trying to assess whether you're a problem.
Don't worry, I am extremely intimidated by you. Just have the coffee and enjoy.
Takes the wind out of her sails a little bit, but she takes the coffee, and she looks at you, and she's kind of squints that one eye. Who are you, really?
I am not very relevant. But if you are looking to get to know someone, I know of a very young, handsome man who is here aboard this ship. He is an expert sailor, a captain. His name is Jean-Paul de Chevalier, a warrior. He has those little belly muscles that the ladies like. The little flexing belly muscles.
Is he also here with her? And she tilts her head to Razra, who's currently going by the name of Kira.
I don't mean to sound very forward right now, but what I'm actually asking is he perhaps here with you?
What?
Flirtatiously. My friend is very lonely, and you have very bright eyes.
Does she only have one eye?
She does only have one eye. But as you
I
say,
don't know. She's got it covered.
Actually, she seems
Usura is my first language. Conjugation, not best.
she seems actually to be made nervous when you say very pretty eyes. And against what she might have wanted, one of her hands flies up to cover the eye that's already covered by hair.
You have a very pretty eye. And I know my friend Jean-Paul. He is very attracted to fierce, dangerous women.
What, are you trying to collect this eye too?
I don't collect eyes. I have so many, right?
She looks accusationally towards Razra as she says, like, you're going to collect this eye too.
I look at Kira and I say, are you here to collect eyes? I cannot associate with someone so menacing.
Kira
I am
is
a nervous
shrinking
man.
away from this conversation.
I turn back. I don't think she's here for your eye. Would you like a coffee? I slide it a few more inches towards her.
She takes her hand down slowly, and her hair is a little ruffled by that automatic motion. And as her hair is a little ruffled, you can peek between the bangs, and you see a glint of reddish metal, very similar in make to what Razra has embedded into her mouth. And very quickly, an automatic motion, the Vesson Manavyar woman settles her bangs back over her eyes and seems to decide that you're all right. Sits down to have the coffee with you.
So as soon as Jean-Paul is visible, I point at him with my thumb and I say, see, I told you.
Told who what?
Yeah, Jean-Paul, you're very menacing. Please don't stare at me too much.
What?
You're very intense.
Is that coffee?
Yes, it is.
I immediately walk over and grab the coffee that he clearly got for me.
She slaps your hand.
No, not that one. This one's for you.
Well, bonne nuit. Alright, he just starts drinking coffee.
She is squinting her eye at Jean-Paul, trying to figure out, assessing, like, what are you recommending about him? Her eyes are lingering on the handsome curve of his jaw, and, like, he's got a bit of finery. Like, she's trying to figure out your recommendation here.
I give her a look, and all I say is, told you. And then I will take these other coffees that I have and plates of food. I'm going to kind of, as the rest of you head over, Eroll, coffee, huh?
I don't know. I should be drinking that.
I'm not sure.
It's very dangerous stuff.
What?
I admit to not knowing very much about coffee. What is the danger?
He picks it up, kind of looks at it, takes a sip, and his face kind of scrunches up in confusion. It's not coffee.
In what way?
There's usually alcohol in coffee. I don't taste any sting.
No, they don't.
Yeah, you put like whiskey in there, maybe some sweet cream.
Eroll, you have a different view of the room, so you can see some people that aren't at the same angle. You can see faces. I'm willing to bet that the men from the Adabine Trading Company are not really much to grab your attention. Not when there's women here.
It depends. Do the men have lots of riches about their person?
Oh, they certainly look like they got money.
Well, that could take his attention.
He can't even spell heterosexual.
They're being standoffish. Another category that's standoffish is people who seem like they're from the Crescent Empire Church of the Second Prophet. That's actively like a guard and a diplomat by the side of it.
So here's a question for you of things that might draw Eroll's attention.
Uh-huh.
The most beautiful things in the room, whether that is a woman or a diamond necklace or a ruby-encrusted ring, those are the things that draw his attention.
Well, all of those things are in the exact same place. You look past these men, right? And you start scoping out your options. You start figuring out, like, that guy with, like, the bright white beard and hair. Yeah, he looks like he could have money. That pinched-looking guy. Yeah, he grew up in privileged. Those two, they don't really look like they want to talk. No, there is a very clear winner. And that is a woman who is seductively built. She's moving with grace, she's moving with intention, and the way that her clothes lay on her is ostentatious. She's got dark eyes, thick hair, High cheekbones, a rounded nose, and full lips that almost have been shaped into a heart, and you can't tell if it's natural or if it's makeup. But there's this, smirk always tilting the corner of her mouth. She's a classic beauty, and she's dressed opulently. But the thing that you notice, well, if you can look away from the everything else, is that there's a whip coiled at her side by a sword.
Is this woman a Vodace?
Seems reasonable to think.
You did not say there was a Vodace dominatrix in the room. All right.
Oh, I was thinking Zepeda.
She certainly looks like she could be from Vodace, but her clothing is not giving you any particular hint.
Is it possible to tell that Eroll Cocksure is looking at her?
I don't know, Errol Cocksure. How are you looking at her?
He's not very good at...
Evil Vodace women is Eroll Cockshure's thing.
We don't.
I will lean over this man that I just met and put my arm around his shoulder. Big, sweaty arm. And I was saying, be careful with that one. They warn of the big birds. He's a big bird.
Albatross.
Yes, that's the bird. Yes. Be careful. I can see you drawn to her wings. Yes. Both of them.
And you know what the problem is with these rich birds, eh? They wear so much makeup you can never tell.
Does it matter?
There is a way to find out.
Yeah, but by that point you've already hurt the albatross.
And then what?
Well, if you want to run away, you're in trouble. That's bad luck.
You pretend you have so many choices.
Vocessa will lean over and kind of with a questioning look at the coffee, is one of these for me sort of glance.
I kind of give her a look, and I'm I motion in my mouth that's where it goes.
She maintains eye contact as she takes the coffee and houses it in a single gulp.
Oh, no, you're supposed to savor it.
To be clear, you can absolutely confirm by the style of her whip and sword, this is a Vodace woman.
Oh,
Anyone else might have a singular question in their mind, you have none.
She will take another coffee.
No,
That's fine.
I don't
Enjoy.
suppose they're doing it here, but in certain parts of the Crescent Empire, they cook their coffee in sand, and it is delicious. Sans cream or anything. It's perfect.
Put sand in coffee. What?
No, they cook the coffee in the sand.
The coffee goes in the sand, not the sand in the coffee, man.
But how do you get this coffee out of the sand?
You don't. It's in a pot.
You put sand in the pot?
No, you put the pot in the sand.
This doesn't make any sense, mate.
You're both very pretty.
None of you have taste.
Thank you. He touches his heart when she says that. And,
You've seen what must be the majority of the occupants of the boat, although some of you, especially one of you who isn't present, have reason to suspect that's not the total occupancy of the boat. And of course, you have your suspicions about who else might be on board. The couple have come in and... Oh, wait, there is another group. I'm sorry, I forgot someone else that came in. So I think, Vocessa, you're the one who's taking notice of them.
When Jean-Paul gives her directions on how to savor coffee, she kind of rolls her eyes like she's not from Vodace and has not been drinking coffee since she was old enough to not be breastfed. And as she does, she kind of looks around the room.
Yeah.
She does take note of the vested Manavyar woman sitting at the table.
She's still there. She's listening. She's she's not a woman of such social graces that you cannot figure out that she's scoping you all out.
Vocessa's eyes seem to widen briefly.
Her attention seems primarily to fall on Rasra and Jean-Paul.
And that doesn't really throw what is happening to Vocessa in any kind of different direction. There's just kind of a sense memory that happens at especially the sternness, the not looking for social interaction, the general off-putness by the tomfoolery of the dinner table.
Well, something that you will be primed to notice is the late arrival of that couple, and they are once again glued to one another. Followed after them is a rather lively crew. They are all dressed in Ison clothing. It's a little difficult to say just because, well, that clothing would be far, far too warm to be wearing in this climate. But the details, right? Their pieces of jewelry, the way that they braid their hair, things like that. One of them is a sandy blonde with light eyes, a young man, quiet, and he kind of has this sarcastic affect as he's walking. He's short, he's heavily muscled. He seems like he is the sort of brawn of the group, but he's got that confidence that suggests that he doesn't think he's walking into anything. He's joking with his friends, and his friends, one of them has darker features, curly brown hair, blue eyes. He's slimmer, and he's got a clever appearance about him. He seems to be taking in the experience. And the last person to walk in is a very full-figured, beautiful woman with curly, strawberry blonde hair. Her eyes are bright, piercing green, and she's got this confident, ready aura. And every single one of them is extremely excited at the sight of the food. They are locking in. That is where their interest is going. You know that Eisen is not always the easiest place to get food. They seem ready to indulge. But they also seem like they're ready to have a good time.
Eroll does kind of survive on being a little bit of a rascal and a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So he doesn't intend to steal anything right now, or ever. He's not a thief. But if some of these valuables should be left unattended in a room, he wouldn't want them to go missing, so maybe he might commandeer them at some point.
For sure.
But he needs to know what rooms they might be in the future. So he's just going to kind of start attaching, all right, that person's got this necklace, and that person's got these rings. And the whole time he's doing that, he is going to make eyes and smolder towards that beautiful Vodace seductress.
She definitely seems like she's got money. So 2 birds, 1 stone on that.
Love it.
She's not the only one who seems like she's got money. Those 2 men who seem like they're traitors. This is not a company that has a good reputation. This is a company of evil intention, frankly. This is a very opportunistic company that is exploitative of labor and tends to be very, very self-motivated.
Well,
if you've heard anything of their company.
That's perfect, because Eroll prefers to unburden those who need help unburdening their souls of such worldly possessions. That's his preferred target.
You really would not have had to spend a lot of time in these lands at all to understand that trading company is hated, that they take advantage of people, that they target the weak, and that they specifically are all about that money.
Do I know the name of that trading company?
Atabian.
Vocessa will lean over at one point when she notices him eyeballing the lady.
Mm-hmm.
And just be like, she has a bit of carmine on her lips to try and give them more shape, and a bit of kohl on her eyes. Otherwise, that's just her.
So you're saying that it's not too much makeup, actually?
No, it's not too much.
All right.
So, Herman, you're following this child down into the ship.
Yes.
And it's darker.
Can I take a lamp with me?
For sure.
Perfect.
It casts a soft light, but it's not enough to reach around corners, not as you go below. Everything's dark now. This is the kind of weather where you have starlight, but not here.
Gotcha.
And something about the water below always makes a space seem darker. Maybe it's that blackness, there's no reflection of light. This is quiet, and the crew haven't gotten to illuminating this area well yet. It's not a priority. The child seems to know it well. You called her a stowaway earlier, and yeah, your accusation seems correct, because she knows which corners to hide in. Any crew member that walks by, she immediately seeks solace behind you, or behind, whatever furniture she can find. One of the times, if you let her hide behind you, if you let her hold on to your pant leg, you can feel that she's trembling.
Is where we're going somewhat terrifying, or are you just cold?
I don't like the sounds.
Well, that is why we're investigating. We must put to rest the mystery behind the sounds.
Well, normally the captain, she pretends not to notice that I'm here, and I like being on the ship, and it's easy to get food, and it keeps not leaving the river, but it seems like maybe I could find a way home, and I don't know.
Well, some ships have cats. Maybe you're like the ship cat.
The child starts meowing quietly.
Very good. We've adopted the role quite well.
Just
I will put in for a proper accommodation for you.
like the child still thinks that she's being sneaky, and just like as she's going down, will just emit little meow. And she's like trying to like hone in on like the body language. It's not quite right.
Yeah, it's also kind of creepy, but sure, let's keep going.
Now it's creepy.
Children are inherently creepy. Let's be clear.
Little monsters.
How old is the child? 17.
45-year-old woman.
I'm actually 25.
Child.
Meow.
Oh, no.
You know what? Just
Oh,
for that,
no.
I'm making no clarification on the age of this child.
Excellent, as you should not. Let them draw conclusions.
Movie rules. They're implied to be 13. They could be 38 if the actor. Who knows?
Oh, they're like Disney Channel kids.
Yeah.
I was like the Power Rangers actors. They're all in their 30s.
So she gets you down to the hold. And you can see that this is not really a vessel where people are like meaning to transport things typically. Like there's supplies and there's necessities. So it's a little jarring that there is a large wooden tank. It's not just wooden. It's been fortified. Like it's been made to be waterproof so that it can contain what's within. And it's made very sturdily. You might even recognize, like, Eisen building strategies. It does seem not like it was built in Eisen. It's not the right kind of wood. But, like, whoever made this, it's kind of a dead giveaway that it's Eisen when you see that there is writing atop the tarp that's laid across it. And the writing says, "Do not open."
Is this like a giant barrel, essentially?
Yes, it is very
Okay.
much like a giant barrel, but it is the size of maybe a lifeboat. It's larger than a horse, but smaller than an elephant.
Is it square?
It's round.
Okay.
And as you're approaching, you can see that the ground is a little wetter than you might want it to be. Now, it's a ship. There's always damp. This particular ship, since the riverboat isn't so brackish, but there's salt. The water is coming from the tank. There is some sort of either leak or splashing or something happening.
I kneel down and dip my finger into it while looking at bringing the light down to see if I can see it.
See the liquid?
Yes.
It's water.
I taste it.
It does not taste right.
Weird question. It would be insane if it was. This is not, like, reinforced with Dracheneisen or anything like that, is it? Yeah,
And it
super secret Eisen metal.
No, it's not reinforced with Dracheneisen. It's not reinforced with like something so special, but it is very well reinforced.
Okay. As I would suspect from Eisen.
Yeah.
section.
Whoever made this thinks that they did a good job, and they have reason to think so.
Okay. Well, so far I concur.
All
Except
right.
that it doesn't seem to be leaking, so they failed somewhere.
Yeah. You licked the water that came out of the tank. So you start to discover that your tongue is tingling.
That's what happens sometimes.
Gotta lick the science.
Now, it seems that you have licked something poisonous.
Okay. It's well within expectations.
Yeah. Now, you've only gotten a little taste of it. You're going to get my very first danger point spent.
All right.
Now, you have accidentally consumed some of...
Kind of purposely consumed, but sure.
It's like, I know what I
did this on purpose.
I'm going to spend 2 danger points.
It's right, for I am Eisen.
I'm gonna fuck you up good, boy.
Bring it.
Path of Night's Mask of Dominion is an actual play 7C miniseries. Your cast has been Tim Davis, Garrett Gabbey, Lex Lopez, Erika Webb, and Rob Muirhead. Your storyteller has been Rebecca Steigelfest. This episode was recorded and edited by Rebecca Steigelfest. The theme music used in this episode was Ghost Flowers by John Britton on Pixabay, and Aket, The Inundation of the Nile by Nate Loper on Pixabay. You can find their music online at pixabay.com. Mask of Dominion uses the second edition of 7C with a few limited house rules. 7C is owned by Chaosium. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you find your podcasts. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/@pathofnight. You can help support the show at ko-fi.com/pathofnight. You can find us on Blue Sky or Twitter at Path of Night Pod, on Facebook at Path of Night Podcast, or email us at pathofthenightpodcast@gmail.com. Happy Halloween.
Yeah, Vocessa kind of gives a when Roland, or nope, not Roland.
Different French guy.
Different French guy.
Path of Night Podcast is proud to support 7C, City of Five Sales, an expandable card game by Pine Box Entertainment. Set in the dynamic world of Chaosium's 7C role-playing game by John Wick. Players control one of 5 factions as they fight to influence, control, and explore the independent and unruly City of Five Sales. Play it with 2 players, or there are multiplayer variants. During the game, each player represents a leader who, along with their allies, explores locations and fights weapon and wits for power over the city. Each player has their individual deck, and 7C City of Five Sales also includes a separate shared deck that represents the city itself with standout characters, items, and events that impact the game. Combat is resolved back and forth in a style reminiscent of challenging swordplay.